When there are questions you need assistance with, go inward. Sit with yourself, meditate on a question. Ask for our help also. Then trust your intuition, as most often the answers and guidance will be delivered to you intuitively. We are with you as well. If you are feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feeling behind that anger. You are being asked to forgive and be gentle with others. Self awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Meditate. Listen to your favorite music, whatever you enjoy the most. Do that today. Hey, Rebels. Okay, so today I am going to give you a warning. Entertainment purposes, educational purposes. Use your own discernment as you see yourself fit into the situation. Do not force fit anything. Do not imagine anything. Only go with what you know. And we're going to start with you. So, Spirit wants you to know that this is a message of good juju, okay? But also, this is a message where an elder will teach you, or I heard has taught you. So this is going to be a triggering message, though most of the cards you see here lying on the table are definitely positive. But the song that came to mind that was brought to me as a download in my waking hours, honey. Fortunately, I have worked through so much of my trauma that Spirit has blessed me with being trusted to give you this message. The song that came to mind, I'm going to put down in the description, and I ask you to listen to it when you are emotionally prepared to listen to it, to be able to not just hear all that you have made it through, but as well how far you have come. Spirit said, if this song brings you to tears, let them be tears of releasing. Let them be tears of motivation. It is a very traumatizing song. The song is What About That by Janet Jackson, off of her, I believe it was called the Red Velvet album. And it is a song about her reflecting on the abuse that she went through, that she endured, dealing with someone who she felt loved her, someone who made so many promises to her that had gaslit her so thickly that she found a way to rediscover herself, to be able to speak up for herself through that song. And that whole album, lovely. Yet, for her to share that point of artistry of what she went through is the overall message. So here we have imprisonment as the overall energy, but your ancestors want you to know that they are here with you, that you are given permission to heal from this space and discussion that we are going to talk about, because the story doesn't come down to make sense until here. Spirit wants to give you the acknowledgement that they've seen what you went through. They know what happened. And for so long, you felt that you were being punished and that you were being tried and that you've been abandoned. And Spirit said that is a fact, however you choose to word it, because there were choices and decisions that you made, that you chose at a point in time to ignore, that what the elder will teach you, your elders in your life and others who knew more of your situation did try to warn you about. But there was something about you, you just did not know better than. You did not know better than what you had. You did not know better at the time. You went for what seemed to be solid in the moment, what seemed to be something to reassure you in the moment. And you committed to something that you knew not what you were signing up for. You committed to something that you weren't equipped for, especially since that you ignored the advice that was given to you by those who had already experienced it, those who were already able to see the commonalities of the situation and how things could fall apart when you didn't know better and when they didn't know better. Societal structures played a big part in all of this. But due to the path that you chose, due to the commitment that you made, not even realizing that the commitment that you signed up for was not a temporary fix, not realizing that that temporariness was actually a long, drawn-out contract that you signed yourself up for. Spirit said that they have watched you, along with your ancestors, do the best that you could with what it is that you had. You have taken shots from each and every direction. You have been challenged in a space of seeing yourself grow up in ways that you perceive to be too fast. You've seen yourself have to educate yourself because of how others chose to give up on you, how others did not want to co-sign your commitments, regardless of their title, regardless of their ambition, regardless of any assets that they had. They were not willing to participate. And it's not that these people who were not willing to participate are going to receive karma for the sake of your name. They're going to receive karma due to the sake of their choices, because them being aligned in a matter of your life the way that they were, they had that chance to show the kindness and the gentleness of their heart, the understanding of their heart, to be able to perceive you as not a liability and simply see you as human, a human who was learning lessons, who did not know of the destruction that was going to come along with their moment of fun, their moment of ignorance being bliss. Those who did not assist you will not be punished because of the sake of your name. Those who do not assist you will reap their karma due to the abandonment and the avoidance of their own heart and their own integrity, to feel that you were better off on your own, not being guided, not being assisted, not being seen as simply human, as somebody who makes mistakes, as they as they found you to be an example of themselves when no one was there to help them. So parts of their karma that they will reap will be due to the justice of you. These people who did not help you, who did not assist you, they abandoned you in a combative nature due to the fact that no one was there to help them. Spirit gave them the opportunity of you and your mistakes being exposed to them, to show Spirit and their ancestors how it is that they felt that they should have been authentically treated. So this was a situation of the victim becoming an abuser. And in hindsight, these people are going to realize that. They're going to realize how they took their trauma, their neglect, their abandonment that they felt, that they experienced, and applied it to you. and did not see themselves willing with their free will to break those curses, to change things around. So for the fact that you have had to be strong, for the fact that you've even changed around that concept of having to be strong and transition that into the understanding of you just simply did what you had to do. And all the while you were doing what you knew that you had to do, that you wanted to do, that has even exhausted you from yourself. All the while, Spirit and the ancestors have been paying attention to you and noticing your courage and noticing your capabilities that you did not see yourself capable of, that you have now brought that into existence. You have literally raised yourself along with so many others, removing that taunting nature of the fact that you've been abandoned, the fact that you've been neglected, the fact that so many have had so many awful things to say about you because it was so easy to beat you while you were down. It was so easy to be in competition with you when you did not have a leg in your own race, so it seemed. Spirit wants you to know that they are so proud of you in this transition that you have made from what your life could have been had you just given up all those times that you felt by yourself, that you felt that no one cared. The ways that you have turned your life around, even if your material assets has not flourished to catch up with your mental mind state. Spirit wants you to know that you have tapped into the real love of loving yourself, of understanding that your responsibilities and your obligations are not to be held as liabilities, not to you and not you onto them. So, in many ways, this is a single mother's message. In many ways, this is a message for even women who are married and feel like they are, and not even feel, but realize, thank you, Spirit, realize that they are taking care of their household, their kids, and all the responsibility and a heavy weight on their own. This is a message as well for women who are out here in the world trying to live in peace, but find themselves having to raise and having to help to mature, even if it's just sending somebody a video to change their algorithm. This is a message for every woman who has felt like, who has noticed that they have been fighting against the currents to survive, to not drown themselves, to not overwhelm themselves, to transition themselves out of that slavery mindset, but still realizing the details around that surrounds them that will falsify them as one. Your ancestors and spirits are so proud of you, because the first prison that most of us live in is our minds. And the way that you have changed your mindset, the way that you see life differently, the way that you have even learned to shut up and let people fall on their own, you have now become the elder that will teach. You have now become a better elder than even those elders of your past, of your life, of your existence. And they want you to know they do not hold any envy, jealousy, strife, or any of that towards you. They are so proud of you, because at moments that they realized they should have gave you the message and sat silently and then assisted you with their silence, assisted you even in their material assets, and remained in silence for you to be able to see what love looked like, and that love did not have to have formats of words of convincing or persuasion. Your ancestors, oh my gosh, the oceans that they are crying of joy due to you and how you have seen and how you have managed your ways from being what they were in their upbringing and what you used to be in your upbringing and the maturity that you have become. Even acknowledging where you are still insecure at, even acknowledging where you do not quite feel stable at. But the fact that you won't let up and the fact that you have not quit and allowed someone to come into your life to co-sign you to better your quality of life and preventing you from showing yourself what your true efforts are. That you spend your every day, your every moment doing your best to not overwhelm yourself and overexhaust yourself. That you understand that whatever is a liability of yours is for you to fix. So to this message of self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Meditate. Listen to your favorite music. Whatever you enjoy most, do it today. This is the second time this message has come up this week thus far. And Spirit said they want to reiterate to you, you deserve this. You deserve to have time to yourself. You have been working yourself mentally and physically, emotionally and spiritually so hard. And it does not show your desperation. It shows your commitment and your desire to live better, to live freer with yourself. You are casting no stones. Your ancestors in spirit, oh shit, they said they're going to cast those stones on behalf of you. So now to get into the nitty gritty. Do understand that you are protected during this time. As you are protected going forward, unless you choose to relapse and cause yourself to jump into this fight that is not yours. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And your spirit and your spirit team, your spirit squad, oh my God, your spirit squad and your ancestors, they say they own it. They have, you may not be quite seeing it happen now because they want to keep so much of this out of your way. Because you have to remember, these other beings, I was going to say people, I was going to say humans, Spirit said these other beings are not going to rush to tell you what it is that they are enduring, that they are being called to remember your name, that they are being called to give acknowledgement to where they were absent for you, where they had the means to show up, but they were following the crowd. They have lived so long being concerned about what it looked like to others and abandoning the responsibilities that they laid at your feet, abandoning themselves within the narratives that they have created to be of your own making. And Spirit said they will not be let go of until this debt is paid. And this debt that they have to pay is a balancing of the scales. The false narratives will be healed. You may not have people coming and praising you and apologizing to you and giving you the details and matching up what you have come to understand within your reflections. They may not do that, but you would definitely see the guilt and the avoidance in their energy if ever you are to see them again, if ever they are permitted to share in the same space as you. Spirit said, do not ask of them the questions. Because with this other card, it says, when there are questions you need assistance with, go inward, sit with yourself, meditate on the questions, ask for our help also. Trust your intuition, as most often the answers and guidance will be delivered to you intuitively. We are with you always. Spirit said, these other beings, they will not give you the answers in clarity. They will not give you the answers out of respect or their due diligence, even to their own souls. These people, these beings are not going to be fair, though they will continue to play. Now remember how long you have been on this journey. Remember how much of this journey had already been due to your experiences of trauma, due to your experience of lack of understanding of what you were signing up for. And realize how long it took for you to get to the place of honesty is the best policy. These people have entity attachments. They jump straight over the love off of that spirit and the ancestors aligned them with you. They jumped straight over the message. And they were so cold-hearted to you. And not just completely to the entity attachments. So Spirit said, do not allow yourself to take in the energy of foreign excuses. Spirit said also, caution yourself in regards to reasonable doubt. Because though these beings will come to you, if they ever choose to, if they are ever permitted to, they will start with so much truth, and then they will easily linger themselves right back into the Ice King nature and the entity attachment energy. So Spirit said, this is why they have been working so hard on your mental, on your internal, before you reap of any abundance. And I saw it 22:22. Before you reap of any abundance that will show the world of your stability, because they need to get your emotional space in place. They need to get your mental space in place. They needed to test drive you with so many challenges that showed you what those who were trusted with you had sent you through. Because when you come to see these familiar faces, these people who have had titles, these people who have had abundance that was supposed to be shared with you. I'm seeing family, I'm seeing exes, I'm seeing old friends, I'm seeing old bullies, I'm seeing old abusers. Everyone who had ever had any placement in your life that you have had to be in abuse recovery. When you see them, when you are in the space of them, to even feel and believe for a moment that anything about them is different when it comes to you, Spirit said you need to let that go. There is a need to let that go. And there is also a need to have the understanding any change that they have is of their own selves. Just like you. Your change, your adjustments, your educational purposes. You required all of that because you wanted change for yourself. You didn't require that. It didn't work for you when you wanted to change for another person. It worked for you when you wanted that change for yourself, when you committed to that change for yourself. And now your babies are a living legacy of yours. Now those people who you seen at a bus stop or a train station, or who you met at a job that was even a temporary placement for you, they are the legacy of yours. So Spirit wants you to know, though you can't always get what you want, you get what you need. And there are so many others who have gotten and reaped benefits and even, advertised off of the back of your labor, who are not whole in heart with themselves nor in their mind. Their logic is emotional. The Spirit said that's why they've been working with your ancestors to understand you, to balance out that equation of your emotion and your logic, to be able to not separate them in division, but bring them together in collaboration to be able to work for the best efforts of Spirit and the ancestors, showing and proving to you the love that they have for you, the respect that they have for you, the loyalty that they are to you, but also your love of yourself. So when it comes to this love offering that you were brought in the past, you now know what real love is. You now see where others were meant to show up and how they had the opportunity to show up, not to handicap you, not to make life easier for you, but it was literally their responsibility and their obligation. And they fumbled and they dropped that ball on you so hard. They gaslit you, they tormented you. They traumatized you so far away off distance from understanding how to know and trust not just yourself, but to know and trust others. So the message is, Spirit is proud of you and your commitment to yourself. How you have balanced out the energy of your masculine and your feminine. That even when others want to make you feel bad because they are trying to project their anger, their frustration, their eerie feelings off on you, you don't take responsibility for that. You understand it, but you don't let it follow you home. You may get home and even have that conversation with yourself, re-looking over the conversations that was had while you were out in shared environmental spaces. But you rest good at night. And you know when you don't rest good at night, that it's not something that you overlooked about others, but it's something that you overlooked about yourself and how you needed to learn to protect yourself better. You realize when Spirit is bringing another lesson to your feet to draw attention in, you are no longer hunted by what others can do to you because you understand God's will be done. That whomever, whatever being you believe in, its will be done. Continuing on with the message. So to this Ice King energy, you know how to match that energy. You know the entities. You may not know them by name, but you know their energies and their frequencies when they have you on their radar and they are coming your way. And people call you fake, they call you phony, and they say you are so quick and easily to dismiss that you don't seem to give them a chance. You are not up for giving people chance for correction to falsify you and your energy when you know what energy you came into the situations with. And you can feel the energies of that was not your intent. So why would you give them a further chance to entrap you as they have before, or how they feel has not been done unto you? But you know it. You know it even if you had yet to experience it. You know when enough is enough. They are so unconcerned because there is a transition of energy that is happening. That energy is changed. People don't see you how they used to see you. And for them, that is a problem because they are pulling everything out of their arsenal to trigger and persuade you and convincing you that you are who you have always been in their identity. That who you are now, they want you to convince them that they are truth, that their idea of you is truth, and that it's just a fragment of your imagination. Spirit said it's time to move on with this message. About to get to it. So to forgiveness. If you are feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feeling behind that anger. And most oftentimes it's you being angry with yourself because you did not know then what you know now. Spirit said, don't fault yourself, because what is life and success without mistakes, without misunderstanding? And so you can educate yourself to reward yourself in the achievements of you found yourself being so interested in it that you discovered it. Confirmation. Honey, that one was like letting air out of a balloon. Okay? It didn't pop. Honey. Once again, Spirit said most often you are upset with yourself. Because as they say, people will only do to you what you allow. And the fact that you were miseducated, the fact that you didn't have that education, the fact that you didn't even know that was the interest to be had of self-discovery, of learning about other things, learning how things operate, learning how other people operate, learning what's the space that you are sharing with others who don't move in the way that you do, or the ways of your likeness, or the ways of your interests. There is so much more in life to be learned by you, to be discovered about you. The Spirit said you got a sturdy foundation to work on now, to work off of now, that you come from. All right. Also, this card reads, you are being asked to forgive and be gentle with others. So this does not mean that you have to be combative and angry in the energy of what if a person was deaf and they just watch somebody's body language, that they can tell, oh, they're mad because they're pointing fingers and their mouth is extending to heights and angles that it never could before. Spirit said, what scares this entity the most is your kindness. What scares this entity the most is you giving them grace, because this entity does not feel that it deserves that. But this entity also knows that if you give it grace and you give it kindness and you speak not in the realms of hostility, but in assurance, that entity is going to start to feel its heart, and it's going to fight, and it's going to be combative in itself and rageful. And Spirit said the moment that you may need to match that entity's energy, you will know it, and you will once again give it to them in assurance and insurance of the policies that you now abide by. That there is nothing wicked about your intentions. That your intentions are solid, and where your intentions are not solid at, Spirit is not going to have you face these people until you are well equipped. Because Spirit and your ancestors did not do all this work on you and with you. The work on you that they did was the challenges, was the phases of familiarity. But the work that has been done with you, baby, your ancestors and your spirit team, your spirit squad, it's such a joyous occasion. So they said, get your ass out there and spend some time with yourself. Not collectively amongst friends or family, but with you. They did not put this, your family, your friends, those co-workers, whomever, your neighbor, unless your neighbors was there for you, baby. They were not there for you to fight this battle. They did not give you the answers that they've always had in them to know to give to you. They did not assist you on this ride. They assisted you in this ride by presenting the opportunities due to trauma and etc., etc. But in the healing process, you were there. You did this. You created this loving space for you to be able to exist in. I'm hearing real love constantly, and you're not even searching or seeking because you found it. And you're not gatekeeping it because you're sharing those discoveries and those interests that aligned you with being able to discover yourself with others who show themselves interested, not interested in being nosy about the audacity of you, but interested because they are interested in discovering that for themselves, not taking it from you, not force fitting you to be in a position and so they can have you as an accessory on their arm or in their space. Honey, you are love. You are love. I was going to split the deck, but Spirit said, take upside down, honey. You turned this shit upside down and you made it work for you. You're making it work for you. In touch with your body. What we got? Manifestations. All right. It says positive, uplifting, new friends. Oh, okay. Sleeping Beauty. Beauty sleep. Okay. Then you have, baby, you got bracing. Gotta love it. And then it says, count your blessings. So why when you get to, Spirit said, do it today. When you go for this walk, when you do, and also it says, where is it? It says, self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within, spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Or meditate. Or listen to your favorite music. It doesn't say or, but we add in the or, okay? Because you got options. You are no longer confined to just one specific way of being. It says, or whatever you enjoy doing the most. Do it today. Love on yourself. You've already been loving on yourself. But Spirit said you deserve to take yourself out on a date. Just you and you. You, yourself, your spirit team, your ancestors, they got you. Trust and know, you know those entity attachments and you know that they gonna have you on a radar. But there's gonna be something about you going out specifically when you get this message. The moment that you are able to, that these entity attachments are going to know they cannot fuck with you the way that they have normally been fucking with you. They are going to have to respect your gangster. They are going to have to respect your space. And then we have My Life is Sweet. All right. So for you, notice how I moved that imprisonment down there. Honey, your life is sweet. Okay. All that stuff is no longer yours to harbor. That all that is no longer yours to be in the energy of you having to take the responsibility of. You've done that. You've been doing that. And even that is not completely done, you are still doing that because you know the investment as far as your interest. Spirit, we want to go over here. What do we have? What do we have today? Oh, okay. All right. They said this part right here. Observation. Karmic Dancer. Okay, you know, Karmic Dancer came out the other day with these cards that's back here. So, okay, solid ground. Hard work. Overthinking. Experiment. Generosity. And the top two, the bottom one and the top one. All right, and then, okay, all right. Flowering River. Don't try to control the uncontrollable. You are already moving forward on your journey. Embrace the current moment. Surrender to what is and just go with the flow. That's your message for when you go do what you like to do, honey. Okay. You know what? Let's cover that up because that's not our problem. That's their concern. Okay. I'm also hearing Janae. I go. None of my concern. Okay, let's pop that one down in the description as well. All right, so then you have Time Master in the back and Mystery Gift. Okay, Time Master, time matters. Oh, honey, you are a time master, but you know your time matters. Okay, it says, quit waiting, quit waiting for someone to return or for things to unfold precisely as you desire. You have to show up to your new life, all right? Your new world and your new way of doing things. So stop waiting on it. Did we say that? Stop waiting on it. It's going to happen when it happens. And these beings are not going to expose to you when it happened, how it happened, but they are going to be forced to reflect on you. They did not, they spent so much of time, they spent so much of their time that I just got tongue tied. They spent so much of their time here in life, here in their connection, in their accessibility of you, not giving a damn, not being concerned, not taking you into consideration, not taking themselves and how they showed up in your life into consideration, not being interested in it, confirmation. Honey, another balloon is being released, and you know how you fill a balloon up and then you just let it go. Honey, that's how fast you are moving, and that's how fast this energy is being exchanged. Okay, they have spent so much time avoiding the thoughts of you because they knew that if they thought about you, the longer they thought about you, the longer they thought about you, just like the longer you thought about the things that you set your ass down to think about, the longer they knew, the longer they thought about you, the more detail that information was going to come up and be no longer suppressed. So they didn't consider you. They didn't think about you at all. But Spirit said now they're being forced in spaces and in actuality, due to the assistance of you with your ancestors and your spirits, of you blocking, of you no longer engaging, and you leaving them to their own choices, their own interests. The way that you have removed yourself is going to force these people to think, are going to force these beings to have to deal with. And there was a message for anyone who has children. Yes. And no, if your child's other parent was not present, being father was not present in your children's life as you were going through the difficult years of, and when you know what I mean by being present. We don't want to give up too many details because I do feel the energy of cross watchers. But you know what I mean about being present. If your child's father and their family and your family and or were not present in your children's life during those difficult years, Spirit said that forgive yourself for how you had to maintain yourself to be able to continue to go forward. And there's this energy of you have already had those conversations with your child or your children, and you asking them for forgiveness, but not just asking them for forgiveness, but the change of your character and the change of your principles and management. But if those others, beings, were not there during the difficult years and present from birth on up into adulthood, do understand, honey, just because they are present in your kids, your children's lives now, with them being adults, does not mean that they were a parent. Does not mean that they were a parent to your children. They came in when shit is easy. Because do the math. Just like you're an adult and all your responsibilities and obligations are yours, it's the same thing with your adult children. So for that parent, or I'm sorry, for that person, that donor to come in now that your children are older, and what's your children's is your children's, and for their family to now come in that your child or your children are older, and for your family now to even come in now that your children or your child are older, yeah, that stuff is past due. And they will never be able to catch up on what is owed to those innocents, to what is owed to your kids' innocent years. Now, yeah, for a lot of them, there is this energy of they they didn't know better. Their character. You may even have reasons of why you created space between them being able to be there for your children during those years. But due to the fact of them being such a liability of endangerment to your child's not only mental health, but their physical wellness and able to be. Reward yourself for being willing to take on that responsibility of a loving parent to safeguard your children from the worst that was even you. Spirit knows, they understand, said you don't need to plead your case to anybody. You know what it was, and they know that you had dark times trying to manage so much that if you would have just submitted and turned to those people and begged for, asked for their help, or even said that you needed help, you knew, even though your children would never understand the dark era of those times, that what's known now and what's understood now was not known and understood then. Spirit wants to acknowledge you, and you are going to receive your abundance. You are going to get your flowers. You've been getting them, man. You got more on the way, honey. You got more on the way. So, I forgot this card was back here. Y'all got me tearing up. Rebels, I love you so much. I love you so much. Okay, so then you have mystery gift. Your prayers are being heard and answered. Your prayers are being heard and answered. Spiritual forces are aligning to bring forth amazing opportunities, gifts, or no mistakes here, and or individuals that will assist you in bringing more ease and happiness into your life. Rebels, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You have spent so much of your life taking care of yourself, disciplining yourself, holding yourself responsible, dealing with this broken heart, and putting the knives down. Fuck the swords. You've been putting the knives down. Preparing yourself. You know that every day is not going to be a day full of sunshine, but you keep going and you do not accept defeat. You have not accepted defeat. Honey, you stop fighting. You stop fighting and you got forward focus. No future faking. You got forward focus. And you let your spirit team and your ancestors handle this battle for you. Intuitively, okay? One more. No more nightmares and rush. You fighting back, okay? You know what that is. That's going to be had. Oh, I'm just now realizing, no, we set this over here, baby. I'm just realizing. So that heartache, honey, that heartache, those miscellaneous, the depression, the betrayal, honey, let them fight about it. Let them fight about it. Because over here, like that's behind you. That's behind you. Going forward, you're not letting up. You're not letting up. And you've already been in this place of not letting up. You put in so much hard work of grounding yourself. Let's move these cards real quick. Let's move these cards real quick because I need you to see this. I need you to understand you and how proud Spirit is of you. Okay? You've been putting in the hard work of grounding yourself. Get out there and dance. Get out there and do what you love, okay? Observe yourself, but do not overthink. Now, let's read this one because voice is trying to go out. Somebody heard that we was giving out this message, but we don't care. We're going to get through it. Now, I have a feeling this is going to be a reminder for you. It says, overanalyzing situations won't bring you closer to the answer you're seeking. Instead, it hinders your ability to notice new opportunities that emerge along the way. Loosen your grip. Oh, it says loosen the grip you have on the outcome. And notice that it's right here with beauty sleep. Didn't we say you were sleeping good? And continue to sleep good. Don't mind other people's business. Stay the fuck out of it. Because were they trying to be all up in your business unless they felt that it was going to be gossip for them to make themselves look like they had better going on? And even down to if you got kids. If you do have kids, honey, look at how they fathers and they other side of their families and your family are reaping off the benefits of your labor. They are praising you every time. They are parading your adult kids, your kids around to say, look at my kid. Yeah, look at how smart they are. Who did that? Who made that? Who made that happen? Who invested in that child? Who invested in those children? Who gave those children, even though you had your challenges of what to do to cope, and you coped in some sharp shit. Yeah, you had some sharp ways because you were growing to know, just like your children were growing. You changed your way because you did not want your kids to have to live through the shit that you lived through. And even if you got kids who didn't listen about the things that you lived through, honey, I'm hearing a few of your kids gonna find out, and they gonna come back to you, and they gonna let you know how you were right. Right? But remember, your experience is not always going to be their experience. But where those entity attachments are trying to lash onto your kids, honey, you know how to show up. You know where to show up. And like this elder, you know when to shut the hell up, be silent, but still assist them in love. And you also know when to pull the fuck away. So trust yourself. Always trust yourself. You did not get this far to doubt yourself. All right? So experiment in generosity, honey. Look, don't play about it. Don't play about it, but they played with you. They experimented with their generosity, and their generosity was to make you fold, to make you codependent. And you're not having that because you got forward movement and momentum and acceptance of yourself in yourself. We want to go right here. All right. So this is a title card. It says use the card. So the one behind it is most important. It says a new opening. When one door closes, I am confident others will open, and it will be for my betterment. I accept that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunities and learning they present to me. Sincerity comes from within. Okay, we have one more. It says wisdom. God has a plan for me. I live here now knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. I learn from my experiences, take small steps in faith, and succeed. Thanks for all my efforts, baby. Rebels, I love and I adore y'all, but we got more to come, more to come, more to come. All right. Strangely, this buffalo came out with the elephant in the other read too. But anyway, it says abundance. Abundance and liberation are fine. Abundance and liberation are finally on the way. It comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting powers of gratitude. Okay, all right. You will always have plenty when you express gratitude to every part of creation, baby. All right. Then we have look past what you feel you are incapable. Look past what you feel are your incapabilities. Instead, focus on everything you have achieved so far. It is okay to acknowledge your weakness, but keep in mind that they don't define you. There it is. Keep in mind that your weaknesses do not define you. Your strength and your beautiful soul are clear for all to see. Right? All right. We like it. We love it. We're going to keep on going. And it's 555 with change. You are going to level up. You are exclamation point. Okay? You are at an exclamation point. You are at a point of excitement in your life. Okay? I'm hearing Angie Stone. It will rain. There'll be pain. Trouble will come. Is that? No, that's not. Is that Angie Stone? No, that's not Angie Stone. Who is that? Honey, that is Kelly Price. It will rain. There'll be pain. Trouble will come. Understand. Count your joy. Okay, gonna have to figure that one out. All right, but it says you are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There are rewards waiting at the finish line. Spirit said one more. 22. Oh, feminine forces. You can do anything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit, and you will become a force. Honor commitments and people around you. Don't judge. Listen, the way spirit shows up in affirmment. Okay, you don't claim it. Affirm it. Okay, affirm it. Let's read that one more time. Ooh, my right ear is ringing so hard, so hard. It says you can do anything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit, and you'll be a force. And you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people around you. Don't judge. Listen, honey, you are officially graduated into your feminine eldership. Congratulations. You are reaping these rewards. Why are we coming here? Get a little honey. Remember this. Manipulation is not always about deceiving somebody or trickery. Manipulation can also be about influence. Okay? It can be about influence. Because how else do you get a seed to grow if you don't water it? The seed alone is nothing. You have to water it. So rebels, I love you. I adore you. And I am so blessed that the Spirit allowed me to be the one to give you this message with the lovers. You've chosen yourself. The lovers is a card about choice. And you are loving yourself. And oh my goodness, I'm going to listen to this message back and make sure I get those songs for you. But remember, that first song is very triggering. So if you need to go all the way back to the beginning of this message and take heed to the warning and the instructions that Spirit gave to you in regards to you listening to that song, do so. Or free for all it and then come back and say, what Spirit told me to? Yeah. My eyes just got drawn to the word hard work and responsible person. Rebels, this is your message. I love and I adore you, but go live your life. Go take care of you. Go take yourself out. Take yourself out on whatever extravaganza of fun. Just you and you, your ancestors in spirit. Rebels, as always, thank you. Love you much. Go make your life do what you need to do for you, babe.